Of confirmed cases in New York State are in New York City, nearly 4,000 in the city alone. Mayor Bill de Blasio, who will join us later this morning, warns that the city's hospitals are 2 to 3 weeks away from running out of essential medical supplies.
How can it be that nurses in Washington State are trying to create protective equipment out of office supplies?
Well, unfortunately, that's the reality. We have a shortage of protective equipment, mainly masks, not so much for gloves, but protective gowns.
Health services across the world is that when the infection curve goes up, it rockets. And all the resources, all the testing, all the supplies are used up instantly. Multiple hospitals all at once. What's staggering is that Italy is doing a lot of testing. Thousands upon thousands are being tested.
What is the big concern across the country, from big cities to rural locations, as more coronavirus cases overwhelm already dwindling supplies of masks, surgical gowns, and eye gear for workers to be able to do their jobs safely and effectively? And many of those masks have a shelf life. You need to replace them. You can't use them all the time. We're hearing more stories of what's happening on the health front lines. One hospital in Minnesota is considering shutting its doors over supply concerns. In Illinois, an intensive care nurse was told to make a single-use mask last for 5 days. In Los Angeles, doctors were forced to use expired masks to examine coronavirus patients, but the elastic band snapped when they tried to put them on. Others are turning to homemade remedies to ease the burden. Doctors in Seattle are using items purchased at Home Depot and craft stores to create protective face shields, while nurses in Boston are gathering racquetball glasses to use in place of safety goggles. This is where
nation's manufacturers. Ventilators are the thing that we are going to need, and frankly, right across the world, the demand for them is incredibly high, so it is not possible to produce too many. So anybody who can should turn their production and their engineering minds over to the production of ventilators.
Meantime, Elon Musk has offered to start making ventilators, as folks everywhere are in short supply of essential medical supplies like that. Talk to us about that.
So both of Elon Musk's companies, Tesla and SpaceX, have some experience, or at least some expertise in air filter systems. Tesla makes a HEPA, a hyper-efficiency particulate air filter, which is basically what Tesla says is a super air filter, 100 times more effective than the air filter than you'd find in a normal car. It's very good at removing viruses, the particles that viruses travel on. Tesla also claimed that you would survive a military-grade bio attack if you were inside a Tesla. The HEPA filter is that good.